And all right, welcome all out there in the digital world. We find ourselves at the Unnamed Adventurers Guild in Illumina. The streets are crowded. They're all huddling around the Adventurers Guild for multiple reasons. You have tribal leaders throughout the land that are gathered there. You have the Illumina Council gathered there. You have the Unnamed Adventurers Council's guild masters there. And you also have really the big draw that's drawing most of the people because they're not used to seeing it, is you have this large silver dragon that's there also at the guild in there discussing what they were going to do with this orb of chaos that was recovered. And with that, all week they've been discussing this, what the best way to protect it, keep it together, separate it, and such. The biggest conclusion that came on back from it is they were going to separate the orb back out into its shards and place it the shards throughout AIREWOOD for protection. So they won't come together and Darzanon won't get it, the orb of chaos, and allow him to destroy AIREWOOD as we know it and alter the multiverse and allow him to reform himself as a god on the prime material plane. So with that, it'd be Admit and Chris's characters that are already guild members are there. They were called in from Pincus. Winterstaff went and got them and brought them over to the main council, main guild hall, within the hall room, conference room, and had you guys come on in there to be briefed and brought up to speed on things. With that, you see one of the council members of Illumina, Jarak, a half-elf, and he's a stranger-looking half-elf because you could almost see traits of drow in him. And he's bringing along with him this female drow, and doggone it, Matt, what's your race of your character, Matt?
I'm a shifter, so okay. I look mostly like a human, but when I'm shifting, I have animal traits.
Okay, no problem. So yeah, you see him bringing this, Jarak bringing this drow female and this human with him, and as he come on in and to the main council room inside the guild hall and shut the doors behind him, he'll say, I have two strong and powerful entities here. This female we bring here to support our the Illumina Council's desires on this, and this human that we have here, we have him to represent us in our charge on this grand adventure. And a little gnome that's the head of the Illumina Council kind of steps up on top of the chair and then bounces up onto the table and introduces himself as, I'm Basil, and welcome. And Jarak, where did you find these? He'll ask Jarak and look at him with a side look as far as being blindsided because he wasn't necessarily expecting Jarak coming in such a manner because he hadn't addressed it on up through to him. And Basil then will look at this human that's on the council, with a similar look and say, I see you and Hob have been working hard together. They'll mention that to Jirac. And the dragon, Silver Oakenheart, rather, will gurgle a little bit and smile, and you'll see Pinkus, another gnome, but of a different type, a forest gnome, or Basil's rock gnome, step up and say to Basil, here are the mighty souls who we can go ahead and trust on this mission of secrecy. The guild in their reputation stands behind them, even though we're just meeting these two fine souls for the first time. And he'll turn to the human and he'll say, "Sir, what is your name? And can you tell us what strength and value you bring to this secret mission?"
He stands and he just bows his head very slightly and he says, "I am Cajun Moonseeker." And as he says this, his face will start to change very slightly, and where his beard, his dark brown, almost black beard is, it'll almost turn to fur, sort of bristles out a little, sort of, you see just for an instant the shape of what you think is a wolf, but it's still a man, and it's a very strange sight. And he says, I come from a long line of nomadic shifters who were ambushed in the mountains many years ago, and I sought out nature to hear her counsel and to wrestle with my own inner beasts. And I have come out and I have learnt much, and I'm here to assist with whatever the council will need. I bring nature's counsel with me.
Okay, and when you start doing your change, a handful of the tribal leaders that are there at the council, and all of a sudden they'll jump up from their bench seats and back, and you'll see a certain amount of terror in their eyes, because to them the first thoughts that come across, and you hear them in shock and in gasp of whispers, say something in the tones of, "Is he or is it a lycanthrope, a werewolf? Is he cursed?" Then we'll allow you to. You heard this, so we'll allow you to go ahead and play with it.
Yeah, Cajun will smile, and he will say, "Such is the quest that I have been on to answer this question, and I've searched long and hard through my family bloodlines, and as far as I can tell, the answer is no, though we are descended by similar blood to the lycanthropes. We do not share their bloodthirst. We do not, although some of us, few of us, do turn. My family are one of the peaceful kind. We have learnt to tame the inner beast that might rage even in the greater populace. Inside everyone's soul there is an inner beast that longs to escape. We have learned to tame such things, and you need not be afraid," he says.
All right, and they'll settle on down, and Chris and Emmett, your characters will see this change. So however you guys feel your characters will play it. But we'll go from there to uh, Basil turning and looking at the drow female and ask, and what do you bring to make
Okay.
our company so strong?
So when he looks at her, she's wearing like black sort of fur, like a black bear sort of furish sort of clothing sort of thing, with a sort of a skull on top of her head, and her skin is very grey and very dark. And she sort of like has a hood on because like of the sun, and no doubt, and it does, because like being in the sun does hurt a drow. she she sort of says, "I bring wisdom. I am from the outside. Once I was my mother brought me up in the woods. I wish to know of my past. All I know is that I was raised in the underworld, or the Underdark as you call it, and brought up. My mother took me out of the Underdark and helped me escape from that wicked place, and before I got to know my mother, she died, and now I am here to seek knowledge and find out more about my race and my people and why and what they do. That is all, really. All I bring is wisdom of the woods and creature knowledge."
And Basil will go ahead and say, well, thank you for bringing the wisdom. This council and the world and the time that we're in even needs this wisdom more now than it did when we were hunting for these shards for the Orb of Chaos. And then Pincus will say, and here to my right is the mighty Store, one of our great fighters and dragon aficionados from our last few battles. He is strong of heart, weak of mind, but yet we made sure that he won't lose his pike no more. And over to you, Chris, so you can go with that.
Yeah. Yeah, you see a big guy with no hair, a big beard, and he have a pipe who is chained by a silver chain to his hand now, so he don't lose it anymore. And he have a cape out of owlbear, and he have a oddly fox hat on, but he thinks he's very stylish. But yeah, everyone look at him because it's fox hat. So they're so ugly. The power of ugliness. Yeah, that was me.
All right. And then Pincus will turn and say, and here's a mighty soldier from the gods himself, and turn to Emmett's character. This strong-backed, strong-willed paladin, pure as the wenches that are at the Creeping Goblin.
Yeah, so Og is he's this tall guy in a gray or green tattered cloak, armor underneath. He has all kinds of engravings on his armor, generally in the shades of greens and browns. And he doesn't say much. He just bows down and waits for, for the formalities to die out. It's not really his thing.
And Basil will go ahead and say thank you to all you strong members. If you could wait outside, we'll go ahead and agree on the best course of action and give you your directions from there. And then he'll look at Pincus, and Pincus will tell you, Winterstaff will bring you the knowledge or the directions and such. But he'll turn to Store there and say, Store, go to Quartermaster Bob and ask him for box 2. And
I said, okay, sir. Box 3.
No, 2.
Oh,
2.
Okay.
He'll tell you, raise up this hand. And then he'll say, raise up that hand. How many do you got? And if nothing else, tell Quartermaster Bob you want box.
I have 2 hands.
I like that. And then he'll turn to Basil and kind of look at him and shake his head and say, I told you, strong of heart, not strong of mind. And with that, as you go to Quartermaster Bob, he'll go ahead and give you box 2. It's a gray box with some runes carved onto it, and it's sealed. And you'll go there, and you'll come on back to outside the large room with the doors shut. There's some benches and seats around. Emmett's character with the Oak will know that there's benches in his way around there because he's been in the guild before, and you guys can talk a little bit there while that's going on. But as you're discussing things, after a bit, Winterstaff will come on out and let you know that that you need it was agreed upon that you need to take this box to the Brotherhood of the Earth and Rock out, in fact, out into the mountains, towards the mountains into the west. And let me get the map and I'll open it here and share it.
So I know the way, or?
You're fairly familiar with the way. It's almost the way that you came to Illumina, or one of them. Let's put it that. Why did that do that? I didn't want to do that. Okay, that's all right. It works right there. All right. Boom, there I am, and I want to share this, and there we go. We'll share it. And right here, down below here, we'll say, I'll make it, see about making an arrow. That's the way to Illumina. Over here, is where you need to go to get to the Brotherhood of the Earth and Rock, and which is very familiar to Store, because Store is from Malut, which is right there.
Yeah.
So you'll have that there. I'll stop sharing that. Everybody got a good, at least a fair working knowledge of the generalities of this?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I'll stop sharing it, and we'll get back to all the pretty faces as far as that. And Winterstaff will hand out a piece of paper to y'all, and which will say that you need to meet up with 2 halflings out at the Illumina, out in front of the Illumina City Vault. And what they're gonna tell you is that you're gonna be there as their protection while they survey new trade route out to the Brotherhood and new trading partners off into the mountains. The council in their orders will tell you that you're supposed to keep it secret, that these 2 halflings are unaware of it. They believe that that they have a contract / commission from the city council just in finding a new trade route out to the Brotherhood and find as many trading partners along the way as they can, and they've been compensated for such. You're there to pose as their protection along the way. And Winterstaff will say that go in peace, and may I see you when you get back, safe and sound. So, what are you guys deciding to do from here?
We have to go and pick up the box?
No.
You already gave it to us with the shard?
Yeah, Chris already got that store. Store already picked that up from Quartermaster Bob.
So,
Okay.
pray tell, what is this meaning of this shard, and what is its purpose in these lands?
That's up to you.
Not me?
Yeah, you guys as characters.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just some pretty stones.
I see. May I have a look at this stone?
No.
Very well.
So, for those that are just joining the guild and stuff, do we have this lore knowledge of what these things are, or are we just given a box and told to go and take this there?
You were given a cursory knowledge of it, that it was part of the Orb of Chaos, and that if it got into Darzanan's hands, that it could mean the destruction of AIREWOOD and damage to the multiverse.
Right. So, Cajun would say, he would say, inside this box, there is a powerful shard that that we just need to take and keep safe from evildoers, and that is probably all we really need to know. That in their hands, this could be bad, but we take it to keep it safe.
And David and Matt, both of you give me either a religion check or I'm trying to think what other knowledge check that would be applicable.
Okay.
Because even religion or nature, whichever is better for this.
I see. I do religion because I am proficient in religion.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, I got a 19.
Okay, and Matt?
I have 14 in nature.
Okay. Then both of you will realize that the entity that you're taking this to is a sect of druids. As far as that, you have some cursory knowledge of them because of just because you guys are druids, but the amount of it was dependent upon your role. They're a very unique sect that still adheres to the tenets of being a druid, but they kind of specialize with the earth and rock and such, hence the name Brotherhood of the Earth and Rock.
Right. So, Cajun would say we take this powerful shard to the safekeeping of people that could seal it, perhaps deep in the earth, away from prying evil hands.
Okay, so Sheen, my character, will speak Druid to the other Druid, and speak in a tongue that no one else can understand unless they know Druidism, and say to him, burying such a rock in the earth may contaminate the earth. Do you think it is wise to hand over such a evil rock to them?
Cajun says, I would imagine that that's why it's in a sealed box that's watered with runes.
But over time, the box will rotten. Like anything else in this world. As you know, a tree over time does rot and decays like the land itself. If the box is buried, no doubt the earth will eventually enough rot it.
This isn't a wooden box, Dave.
Okay.
It's a gray, and maybe my bad that I didn't fully describe it, but it's a gray stone box, and Store would recognize the material because it's the same material that was taken out of Ando Trillion that they were mining up there.
Very well. Let us take this box to the Druid Circle, my good friend. Hopefully we can make friends and allies with them.
Well, perhaps at least they might have something to learn. I'm eager to hear about their view of the world. I haven't experienced much time under the cover of mountains, mostly in the forests.
Yes, the forests do speak to us, my good friend. Let us go and meet these other druids. I am most interested to find out exactly what they know.
Very good.
All right, so you're heading outside the guild. Chris's character and Amit's character will go ahead and they'll know the way to the city vault because they've been in and around there. It's very, very congested out around the guild right at the moment. But as you get away from the guild, the streets kind of thin out as far as the amount of traffic on the streets. So you'll be able to get there in a reasonable amount of time, and you'll see two halflings with backpacks on, sitting on the steps, and they have a couple strange devices in their hands, but That's at the moment. That's what you will see.
So Og would probably approach them and say, "Good morning, fellas. I suppose you're the ones we're sent to meet. My name is Og. This is Stor. These are our two companions. We are to escort you to the mountains."
The real Og. I am Sheen. Nice to meet you.
And the one will pipe up and say, "My name is Deed Lightfoot."
Ah, nice to meet you, Dean Lightfoot.
And this other rather talkative individual over here, you got to forgive him. He'll talk your ear off. So I'll try to stop him from talking so much to you. He talks about all kinds of weird stuff and strange stuff that doesn't. But anyways, his name is Assy Lightfoot, ASY, and he just goes on about things. He's just a problem and like that. But we're glad to see see that you made it here. That you're going to help us get this. There's a lot of money for us and our family. Go ahead if we make this contract work out so well, and we'll get a long-term one. Maybe we'll make some riches along the way with maybe finding some new materials or new markets to go ahead and deal with. And oh, by the way, have you guys had breakfast yet, or lunch, or you guys like to eat? We make a good tea, and how about wine? You guys like wine?
I can eat.
No, that's not okay. I rather eat off the land, from the trees and the woods itself.
Oh my god.
And go ahead, Og.
No, he's happy to break bread with them, whatever they've got.
And Deed will turn around and look at the female and say, "Eat off the land. That's dirty. That's a waste of food. You don't put food down on the ground and eat it."
You do not know the ways of nature, my good friend. There are many good berries and many good wild livestock out there.
There's no berries that can substitute good bacon and chips.
Amen.
You can eat whatever you eat, and let me eat what I eat.
But don't throw your food on the ground. You'll get the poor Assy all upset. You see, he's talking your ear off right now, and they'll turn and they'll look. "I see you got a talkative one too here." I'm pointing at the strange-looking human over there, Matt's character.
Yeah, Occasion's just taking all this in. He's not used to seeing so many people everywhere, and he's lived a fairly reclusive life until he decided to take up this particular quest. So he's just taking things in, and as they're partaking in whatever food, he just pulls out some edible roots and just sits down and eats those.
Okay, and Dean will turn over and say, "Well, what is that you're eating? How do you cook that? That doesn't look like bacon to me. Don't look like chips. But at least you don't put it on the ground and eat it on the ground."
That is eating from the ground, my good friend. That is living off the land. Are you
Where's this meal takes place?
That is how you survive.
It's taken right at the moment. It seems to be taking place on the steps of the
vault.
Vault.
Okay.
And you got passers-by that are kind of looking. Some of the younger children are taking wide berths around the group there, and the guards of the vault are standing there, very, very still, almost like the Queen's guards, I guess it is, at the. And David could speak more of that since that's more his culture than really mine. You know what I'm talking about, right, Dave?
What, my sort of druids?
No, I'm talking about over in the UK. The guards for the Queen that stand outside the palace guard.
Oh, yeah, palace guard.
Yeah, how stiff. It doesn't matter what you do to them or whatnot. They don't. Even though they may be interested, you have these two guards at the vault. They're about the same way. Not that they're not paying attention to all the antics, but they don't seem to shirk. But not all, but a lot of the pedestrian traffic are taking a little wider berth around you, is because they kind of think that you may have lost your mind.
I'm gonna take the two guys' food because they don't eat it and give to some children because don't waste the food.
Okay, and you'll see that's a little ways from Beggar's Row, but yeah, you'll have a couple kids that'll take it and that aren't so bad off, but they look hungry. They'll take it and they'll scurry on off to one of the alleys and sit down and partake of it. You can just barely see them where they're sitting there eating it, and they'll have a grateful look in their eye, but they're not going to say thank you.
Occasion will say.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just saying that Oak's going to ask Deed. Is it Deed or Dean?
It's Deed. Delta Echo Echo Delta.
Okay, so it's Deed. He's going to ask Deed. So, what way were you fellas thinking of going, or when were you thinking of leaving?
We are leaving soon, Oak.
Well, Deed will say right after we get done eating this good bacon. We'll head on out. We'll figure we go west. We've heard of tales out that way, and there's supposed to be a great customer base just out around Malut. It's a growing little town from what we heard, and we may have a special artifact or two that we picked up from the local market here that those rather peculiar druids out there from there may desire. We might be able to make, and he'll kind of get on his tippy toes to try to get your ears and say, we may make a good profit on this. I bought it for a steal.
I want to approach him cautiously then. I go up to him and I wave my hand a little bit, and a sweet smell of perfume, of flowers and roses come from my hand as I cast the aroma cantric spell around him, and then I shall try my best to charm him to try and get more information from him.
Okay. And
would I get any bonuses, or would I get advantage, or
no?
Don't smell the bacon.
Well, I can do any aroma I wish. So any aroma.
But you've already said what your aroma is. You said flowers. You might have got away with a little advantage if it was extra crispy bacon.
Bacon. Mm.
Okay.
But
So
go ahead
Alright.
there. And let me
okay,
see.
I got a 16.
All right. Let me see here. Oh, wrong. Ain't what I wanted. I don't want that. Come here. There we are. Need to get there. And you said it was sent?
Yes, it's like it's an aroma. It's a druid cantrip spell. I can create a aroma, any aroma I wish. It can be pleasant or unpleasant. It's up to my discretion.
Well,
And
yeah, but I'm trying to find it, that's all. So I can see it.
It's just Druidcraft.
Druidcraft,
Oh, Druidcraft. Okay, that's okay. That's a whole. I'm looking. You have me looking someplace totally different. That's all.
Yes,
when you said sent.
Sorry. I should name the spell. Yes, it's called Druidcraft spell.
Using Druidcraft that you're doing it, but okay. Alrighty, there we are.
I'm a sneaky drow.
Okay, let's. Okay. All right, so Blossom Shade. Okay, already. All right, and what are you trying to get out of him?
More information about this thing that he wishes to present the druids, this item.
And he'll say, "What item?"
The artifact.
He's over here wafting the smell of too sweet of flower smell away from him and saying, "What are you talking about? Let's get going," he'll say. "Let's move off through the western gate towards the mountains."
I do insight to find out if I can get any information out of him.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay. Please tell me about this artifact. I really want to know.
And he'll turn around and say, "What artifact?"
The artifact that you wish to trade with the druids.
Okay. Give me insight roll then.
Okay. Okay, I got an 18.
Okay. And all he'll turn around and say is just something possible to sell.
Very interesting. Do you have it on you?
If I'm going to sell it, of course I got it on me. Why wouldn't I have it on me? I'm not going to try to sell something I don't have. I'm an honest businessman. I have scruples.
So while this is all happening and the scent's wafting around and whatever, Cajun is looking to the west to see what he can see. I'm not sure if we're on the west side of town or not, where this vault is, but he would be trying to, if we are on the west side of town, obviously look to see what sort of, I mean, obviously there's mountains, but look to the horizon, see what he can see.
Yeah. Okay, and let's see here. Oh, I didn't want to do that one like that.
Just sort of to see what the weather might be doing, perhaps, or
okay.
What time of day it is, that sort of thing. Obviously there's mountains ahead. We know that we're heading up into the mountains, but it's just sort of gazing off into the distance.
And what you see, looking out the west gate, because here's the city, you'll see your west gate's not truly, it's west but not west. It's kind of more like a northwest, and you'll see it, let me get here. It's basically right here.
So there's a bit of forest, road around, and then
you got the river on the one side that comes on down through the forest and such. You got some high old mountains across the river.
Mm-hmm.
And and you can see out there between the forest and where the river, where there's the opening, that it's kind of marshy or swampy in that open break over there. And that's basically what you can see as far as the topography from where you'd be. The time of day is that it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Mm-hmm. It's partially sunny, and
do I have to take a con save?
The temperature, we'll say, is all of that of a balmy 65. And what were you saying? What were you saying, David?
Do I have to do like a con save or anything like that? Because I am a drow.
Not all that. It's not like first edition where it actually does your body harm. It just gives you disadvantages in 5th edition.
Okay.
On your perceptions and things like that.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. So, is there a road to the north? Like you showed it. Like, do we have to go through the marsh? Is kind of what I'm asking.
Your answer to that is no. Store may give you some insight there, and so would Oak, because they've been out through this side of the city before on a couple missions.
Right. And do we have access to hire horses or anything like that?
If you would like to hire a horse, you would have no problems within Illumina finding a stable out there to hire yourself a horse. The 2 halflings.
Well, it's an awful long way, right? Like it's.
Oh yeah. It's each one of those hexes is 30 miles.
Yeah. So yeah, we should hire horses.
Yeah. The halflings themselves won't be too crazy about hiring horses.
We can get them like donkeys or whatever. Riding, like even hounds, like riding dogs.
The riding dogs, not so much here, but you can find like a donkey. Ponies or things like that.
Oh man, otherwise it's gonna take like half a year for them to like get where we're going. Like, Cajun will say to them, he will say, this trek is long, and has many many hills to climb. I think that if you were to desire a profit, the best way would be to have a small expense now for a larger, for a quicker payload, he says.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Sure. It's not exactly my strong point, but sure.
Can we do this together? You know, if half the party succeeds, kind of thing.
What, Emmett?
I'm saying maybe Og would kind of, if he sees that Cajun is, you know, can't manage convincing the halflings, he's going to step in and maybe throw in a word himself, and maybe we would have it as a kind of a group check or something, you know.
Well, he can. If you're going to assist him, he can have advantage on that persuasion.
Yeah, he can help me. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay. So persuasion check of 16.
All right. Well, there you can see that you have them contemplating it because it seems like it's making sense to them and like that. But you haven't had them. They're not jumping in your pocket about it right at the moment.
Can I do something?
Yeah, as long as you don't murder them.
I'm gonna say hire the fucking horses, and we need to go now. Intimidation check.
All right.
14.
Oh, these poor little buzzards. You got them. You got them really shaken with that. You notice how close are you to them when you're doing this?
5 feet? 10 feet?
Okay. Then you'll know being up that close to them, then you're going to notice that all of a sudden your feet are starting to feel wet. But they will definitely, from the fear of God that you put into them, or the fear of that owl bear cape, they will in that ugly fox hat will go ahead and they're afraid to become a set of earrings right at the moment, so they'll jump on anything you throw them on.
Can I get them to pay also?
They'll point out that over there at the hitching post by the vault, there seems to be about 4 or 5 horses.
Okay, let's go then.
Cool.
So what are you doing?
Cajun will. Are they like tied up, or are they in like a run, or?
They're tied up to the hitching post.
Okay.
Did we rent
Is there anyone around?
You see the 2 vault guards and just the. It seems like the pedestrians outside that have been walking around you and walking past you, looking at you, kind of wild-eyed.
Okay, seems weird. Cajun will just walk up to one of the horses and like put his hand up gently and you know, try and handle this animal, you know, calmly, and say that he's a friend.
Okay. What's the rest of y'all doing?
Did you rent the horses?
Say what, Chris?
Did you rent the horses or just some horses there?
Well, Dean said that there are some horses there.
Ah.
That's what he said.
I think we need to go to the stable instead.
I guess in like Shan will go to the horses as well and like stroke one of them with her and sort of like be very friendly as well.
All right.
Yeah, I got an 18.
The horses are rub their heads up against your shoulders as you're petting their forehead and their mane down the back. So they're very lovable towards you. So that leaves Og and Store.
Og is just going to turn around to the pedestrians, asking, "Who here knows who owns these fine beasts?"
And okay, you're gonna have two ladies about teenager age turn and say, "They're yours, aren't they?"
Not that I know of. Do you know who owns them?
We thought you did.
He's looking. He looks at Store.
Yeah.
Is that part of our luggage?
I have no fucking idea. Let me try something. I go up to the guard and say, "Is that our horses? Look 2 times up."
And they look straight at you in your face. They don't blink. They don't open their mouth. They don't say anything.
Well,
Okay.
I will, as she's with the horse, Shan will cast Speak with Animals upon the animal. Speak to the horse.
All right, I'll give you that. I'm not even going to worry about DCs or nothing. I'll give you that. You're speaking to the horse. What do you want the horse?
I say to the horse. It's like you hear this like horsey tongue from me, and I sort of say to the horse, "Who is your master?"
And the horse will go ahead and rub its head up against your shoulder and like that and say, "You are. You are."
Okay, that's definitely the cargo.
Well, you don't know that because Matt, you don't know that because like it's an animal speaking to me. All you hear is the horse.
I know.
Yeah, that was out of place. Sorry.
So Occasion wants to make a nature check, or I want to make a nature check to see whether he knows if these are pack horses, riding horses, or show horses, or what.
You won't need a nature check for that. With the background, you'll know that they're light riding horses.
All right. Well, he doesn't really pay any attention to social etiquette. He's pretty oblivious, so he's just gonna like unhitch a horse. It's friendly to him, and head for the gate. And hell or high water. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I get onto the horse myself and start to trot with the horse.
Okay, what's the rest of y'all doing?
Og's looking at Store and he'll say, well, I guess we'll have some good moments and bad moments with that thing. We better take the good moments that come and just use that.
Yeah, but horse thief is the punishment, not death. I really hope that our horses. I really hope.
Do you think they're gonna vanish on us?
No, but if you're a horse thief, you're gonna fucking get punished. If we're not sure that it's our horses. just some girls that told you that was your horses?
I think that's kind of funny.
I have my mule. I can take my mule. I kind of have my own horse. A mule, but I don't ask the fucking halflings. Is that our horses?
They can be.
Did you pay for them?
Dean will say.
Did you pay for them? Did you pay for them?
Not really. And now, as you're going through this, let me shift over to Matt and David's characters. You're riding on out the gate and onto the Old Commerce Road, heading on out and such. You see your party, the rest of your party members are kind of lagging behind.
Well, I was just, he's riding and I'm leading my horse just out to the gate. I would wait there for the others, just out front of the gate.
Okay.
I'm not socially adept, but I would at least wait for everyone to be together. We were told to like guard these halflings, so that's what I would do.
Like, yeah, I would do the same thing. Like, I would just like trot with the horse to a certain point, and like just sit on it, and like just look at my other druid friend, and sort of like shove my shoulders at him and say, and like her hand is like above her eyes, like trying to keep the sun from glaring at her, and like it's like she's like trying to like see him, but it's like quite blurry vision sort of thing. She's like, the sun, it's just so harsh.
All right, and back to the Deed and Assie and Amit and Chris.
I'm gonna say to Oak, what about we get a wagon and the halfling to be on that, so he's more secure, while I to ride them and you to sit in the back and protect them. And we're gonna rent that shit. I don't wanna be a horsey. I don't know about that. It's our horses.
Do you mean like a cart? I didn't follow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that, right? Because I don't think the halfling to control the animals. I can say that out loud.
You said
you said that. You said that out loud.
Yeah.
and you're gonna Deed's gonna jump up and down. I can handle anything. Look at me. I can tell. I can grab this. Look at that bacon I made. That was the best bacon you had all day.
Yeah, all day.
All right. So I can handle anything.
Yeah.
I am.
You want to ride on a horse or in a cart?
I can sleep better on a cart.
Yeah. So say the cart then.
It would slow us down, Store.
Yes.
Yeah, but
we can have the halflings we can.
Now you do. Now, Store, you do remember how rugged the terrain was on those mountains when you walked it.
Yeah.
And that it would be even difficult for even single horses.
Okay. Yeah, let's just rent some horses and leave these horses and rent some strong horses. I'm not gonna take those horses.
Fair enough.
I have to pay. I don't care, but I don't wanna fucking have that horses.
Oak takes a long look at the horses. His heart tells him something else, but he's just gonna look at Store and he'll yield and follow him.
Can we? Do I know where there's a horse stable? And I'm gonna rent some horses, strong horses.
All right. Down by the gate that you see that your party members went down to, there is a stable where you could rent some horses.
Yeah,
a livery.
I'm gonna do that.
I guess we'll try to do it very quickly and get back to the road. So.
All right, it's just off the road as you're going there, and as you get up to the livery stable or the stables there, and you go on inside to see about taking care of your business, we'll switch on over to Matt and David's characters. And what you guys will see is that your partner's going on into this livery stable with the halflings, and where the vault, the city vault was, and the guards, you see these three nobles coming on out with a couple attendees, and they're going on down in the direction of the horses that were tied up at the hitching post. And they notice that there's two of them missing. And let me do a perception check here. And they're looking around, and then all of a sudden they're looking down the road, and you see, well, I don't know. Both of you guys give me a perception check.
Okay, cool.
I'm looking the other direction.
Okay.
With a disadvantage, I got a 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I got a 21 with a disadvantage. Because I forget it's still daytime.
Okay. And what your character will see is it looks like someone's pointing off in your direction, and let's see, you really can't make out what they're hollering or saying, but it looks, but you start seeing some people come on over to them.
I just stay on my horse and just wait for my friends. We were outside the city gates. We were about, like, I don't know, a couple of feet away from the entrance, so we just sit on the horses and just wait.
Alrighty, and you go on into.
I'll just be standing by, and obviously I'm not on a horse. I'm just looking off into the distance when the guard or nobles get there.
Okay. And Og and Store, you found the proprietor of the stable, and what do you do?
So, one half on each our horse with us.
Okay, so you just want two horses.
I have the right.
I think so. I think the halflings can ride with us.
Yeah, and I like some extra rope to tie them onto us so they don't fall off.
You can get the extra rope, but they're going to fight being tied on. They're not going to like bondage. Their hearts are free.
No, it's not a tie on. It's more like a harness so they don't fall off.
But the stable master will say, That's 2 gold pieces a day for the rental.
A little bit much, right?
Yeah.
How much does the horse cost over there?
Hey, we are the member of the guild, so I want this discount for 2 top up a day.
And he'll look at you and say, well, what guild are you talking about?
The unnamed adventures.
And you're trying, and how are you doing this? Explain to me, because I know what I rolled, but I want it role played out.
The unnamed adventures. Unnamed. Guild.
I mean, are you being, well, are you being overbearing? Are you being friendly? Are you trying to smooth them? Are
I'm
you
trying
threatening
to
them?
intimidate them to pay cheap.
Okay. All right. That's kind of what I was reaching for to find out as far as that. And he'll say, well, in that case, I could let him go for a gold piece a day.
Yeah, but just send the bill to the guild.
Oh dear.
On whose signature?
Oaks, and I'm gonna point on the oak.
On whose signature?
Point on oak.
Oak's looking at you. My with a look that says my signature is worth nothing.
But I don't know it.
He says, "Oh," he walks up and says, of course. I'm a very well-known traveler in these regions." And now he's really trying to schmooze him.
All right. Let's see here. It ain't gonna matter what you roll. He'll go ahead and he'll take it. You need to sign here on this rental receipt.
Of course. I'm not even sure Og knows how to sign. He just doodles something.
All right. And you have your horses. Now, let's kind of bring this together.
Little do we know that in 5 minutes we'll have to step in there again and get another couple of horses.
Maybe some.
As you're starting to ride out of the stable, you notice. Well, no, I can't give you that notice. I need 2 perception checks. One from Store and one from.
I have a passive of 15. Is that good enough? I rolled 16. So doesn't matter. 15.
All right. What did you get? What? Oh.
I got a 7. I have a.
Oh, okay. Then you're too busy looking to try to get caught up with the other partners. You're looking out at the gate. You knew that's the way that they were going, so you're kind of focused that way. Store, you will notice that there seems to be a group of people coming your way. You still can't make out what they're saying, but they seem to be loud. You don't know why or anything like that, but they just seem to be loud, and they're headed towards that general direction of town, towards the gate.
How far away?
They're a good 45 feet away.
I'm just going and right up to Oak and.
Okay, so you guys are going off that way. You're at the gate. You meet up to the gate. You see your female companion, and you see your strange lycanthrope type companion there. What are you guys doing?
I say, well, you got your horses? Let us ride then.
Are you sure you're gonna ride the death horses?
Yes, I shall ride a horse. I know how to ride a horse. Do you know how to ride a horse?
Yeah, if it's my own. Just saying, but
Technically, store the horse is mine.
yeah. Oh, sorry. No, it's not yours, but that's you that gotta pay. But
That's fine for me.
whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna discuss with them what way I would go through the malls or
As you're conflabbing over there, you guys make me perception check.
Sorry, is Cajun still on the horse, or did he let his horse go?
I'm not on the horse. I've just guided it out. So I'm just standing in front of it or beside it, looking out into the distance where we're headed.
Right.
I rolled a net 20.
Okay.
I got a 16.
Okay.
I have a 23.
Okay.
Oh, so we're all rolling? What is this for? For perception?
Yeah.
10.
Okay. So you all hear this now because it's gotten closer. It's angry voices hollering, "Stop! They have my horse. They have my horses. Stop, thief!" And they're coming towards your direction.
I just keep putting on the horse.
What?
I just keep moving.
Oh,
Okay.
Can I see who is pointing at?
They're pointing since you're all together. They're pointing in your direction, and they're moving. They're not just walking. They're starting to pick up the pace because they can see that you stopped and you seem to be talking to each other.
Alright, so Cajun will see this, right? So he sees this. He will turn towards them and he will walk towards them, still guiding the horse.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it to Oak. Yeah, newbies. Fuck
What?
that shit.
Well, Shan just stays on her horse and just trots in a different direction, like where we're supposed to be going. She doesn't really care.
Yeah, we got what Chan's doing. Now, Og and Store, what are you doing?
I just say to Oak, I say, I'm so tired of babysitting you guys. So tired. And I'm gonna ride up to. I think I understand what you call it, the situation. So I'm gonna ride up to our bureaus and put my hand on her shoulder and try to get her to ride back with the horse.
Well, hold on to that thought. You're right. You're riding out after her with that. We have Cajun that's walking a horse back. So you and Og, you're just standing there.
Well, Oak's going to watch what happens when Store tries to stop Shan, and he feels he was completely wrong, and the horse needs to obviously be back with its owners. Even though he doesn't feel very bad about it, but he will try to say to Shan stop if she tries to ride away from Store. He might even, I don't know how you guys feel about it. It's kind of PvP, but I don't mean it in a PvP way. He might even try to influence her to stop.
Well, it's you have the you would have the perception, and not to railroad the situation, but you'll have the perception that she is riding away from the trouble. Let's put it that way. And I think that's the best way best way to put it without making it a railroad situation. And you'll see that Store's riding up trying to get to her, but at the moment hasn't quite got there. And here again, building this picture that's out there, and you have Cajun that's walking on back to the crowd and comes to the crowd. What are you doing,
So
Cajun?
I'm just walking the horse, right? And what they see, right? They look and they see the horse, you know, merrily just being led, right, by a man, and they look at the man, and just for the smallest of instants, his nose is long like the horse's, and his eyes are like free like the horse's, and his hair is like the horse's mane, just for like the briefest of seconds as he's walking it back. And it's like they're looking at him reveling in this horse's mind, and in the horse's experience, because that's what he's doing. He's really curious about what animals think and feel, and so the spirit of what it would be to run and to walk behind a valued owner or guide would be in his eyes, and it would be reflected in what they see just for the briefest of seconds, and then they would see the man again.
Give me.
And he's just walking up to them. Just
say again. I stepped on that last part.
he's just walking right up to them. He
Okay.
doesn't look.
Give me a deception check.
A deception check?
Yes.
Sure. Okay.
With the changing of the features and such.
Okay. Deception of 13.
Okay. They're looking at you, and they're not totally buying the aspect that you're a horse, but they don't know what to make out that you are.
No, they don't think I'm a horse at all.
No.
Like, that's not what I'm trying to convey.
No, I know that's not what you're trying to convey, but from their peasant mind and their more simpler mind, because you're saying you're changing your features some, and they're noticing that he's not a horse, but he's walking like a man. We don't know what he is, but we know that we don't want to antagonize him, because we can't do that, and that's more power than we see in a lot of people. So they're angry. You still feel the tension in the air, but the fear from the way you presented the situation has them sitting on back and really not wanting to do a lot of immediate action.
Yeah, so if he's able to say a single sentence before he gets up to them, he would say, oh, it feels good to have the wind in your hair, and how I wish I could run free like these horses. You say they are your own, and here I return it unharmed.
And the one noble's serf will reach on up shakily after the noble told him, "Get that horse now. That's mine. Get it. Stop shaking." and he'll shakily reach his hand up, take the reins.
Yep.
And he's eyeballing you in a sense of he's being very wary out of the corner of his eye with the peripheral vision. Not sure whether or not you're going to strike at him or what. This young man is petrified of what he just saw. But he's taking the horse and leading it off, and the people are about the same tone, except the nobles, they're pushing on their bravado, so they deep down they're feeling the same way. They're unsure of themselves, not, they're somewhat of afraid, but they don't want to lose face within the peasant populace. Hey, Ty.
Hand it over to the others since.
Hello. I'm just going to watch a little bit if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. And that's the scenario there that you're going through, Cajun. And let me get back to Og and Store and Chen.
Is I up to 10?
How hard, Chen, how hard were you driving the horse?
He was like just a trotting speed, like a trot, like trotting speed towards the location that we require to go.
Yeah. Okay. So she that horse is at a canter. How are you driving your horse, Store?
Like a madman.
Okay, so you'll be up there. Now, Chen, you see Store barreling right on down towards you.
I'm gonna hold up.
She startles and she's pretty petrified, thinking that he's an enemy, and she goes, "Ah!" and I guess the horse will go, "Argh!" and start to be scared, I guess, and the horse, and she tries to calm the horse, and the horse starts to gallop as well.
Okay, give me an animal handling
Okay.
roll.
All right. Okay. All right. So I need to roll animal handling. Okay. So I got a. Let me see. I got a 16.
Okay. Give me a dex check.
Okay. Dex. That is 16 with save, so that's 16, 17, 18, 19. I got a 19.
Okay. All of a sudden, you're able to stay in the saddle and such, but the horse it seems like it's just turning around in circles and heading back towards town, like it's like a devil's after its own tail. That's the scenario that we got going on there with you two. Org, what are you doing? You are seeing Store charge literally down towards Chen. You've noticed that from your perspective, that the Cajun isn't being harmed and handed over the horse over to them, but you're far enough away where you're not able to really hear the conversation and such. So, and
Do I see the horse circling back with Chan on it?
Yeah, you see the horse circling back on Chan. Oh, something I forgot. Store.
Yeah.
You still have one of the halflings on with you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh God. Oh God.
No, you don't. As you were charging,
Can I try to Test him while I'm charging.
No,
Oh.
Did he time?
he, as you were charging, he, well, like I said, the halflings didn't want to be tied down because they're free spirits. And so he bounced off as you started really kicking the horse up into full booger, charging off there. He bounced right off from the front of the saddle where you had him, and he went flying. So that's just there for the added little touch. And oh, you have for the first time heard Assay say something. Because that's the one that you have. You have the real talkative one, would you? And it's like, oh my God, there goes Deeds.
Okay.
And there's our scenario.
I'm going to, if I see that everything's all right with Cajun and I see the chance coming back and Store has things under control, so-called, so I will, you know, Og will probably trot up to where Deed fell off and see if he's, you know, if he needs any assistance or not.
High or low?
Sorry?
Let me tell me high or low.
High or low?
Yeah.
Low.
Okay. So anything below 50% or below is good for Deeds.
$100.
No, it was a 26. So Deeds is laying out on the ground, kind of dusting, pulling himself on up to stand on up. He's real slow, and he's kind of hurt, but he seems to be more concerned with that backpack of his, reaching around and like that, and that's what you'll see with Deeds.
Okay, so Og will probably wait till he regains his, you know, his bearings, finds his bearings, and he'll send a hand to help him on the horse. Now he has two halflings on the horse, and he's just gonna trot away a little bit and you know, chat to them, get them, you know, talking, while every now and then looking back at the situation and hoping that Store can just actually no, Store's not gonna make it better, but he's just looking at it, hoping that something will you know, will happen that will be okay, and he's just keeping his distance for now.
All right, and all you hear from Deeds is you hear him muttering, I hope that artifact is still good. I hope it's not broke. And then you hear him mutter, well, if it's broke, I can sell it to him as 2 artifacts.
Nice, nice.
All right. Chen.
Yeah. Shan will try to handle this animal to try to calm it down after the awful fright that it got from the paladin on his mighty steed.
Okay.
The fighter, no?
Yeah, fighter.
Oh, fighter, sorry.
That's, go ahead and give me another animal handling check on that.
So she got a 17 on that.
Okay, then you got the animal in control.
Okay, so after she controls the animal, she points it back into the normal direction that we're supposed to be going, and keeps, and then goes back into a trotting position and trots again in the direction that we were supposed to be going. And she's like, damn he. What race is he? Race is the fighter.
Human.
I'll say, damn humans.
And about the time that you...
They have no respect for the underworld.
About the time that you get the horse under control and everything, you have Store that's up there about parallel to you.
What is it damn human.
I think we need to deliver that horse back, or you're probably gonna lose a hand or worse.
This is my horse. It is my horse. It said to me, it is my master. So it is mine. Let us go. And she just trots in the direction that we're supposed to be going.
I like, what the fuck? You cannot talk to a horse, you fucking idiot.
Yes, I can talk. I can talk to many animals. Human.
Yeah, but I cannot protect you from the nobles if you're gonna ride away with
Who
that
cares
horse.
about nobles? I don't give a shite about nobles. They are stuck up aristocrat SOBs, and I'm just gonna go this way. I should watch my language because there's YouTube, so I'll keep on trotting in the direction that we need to go.
Can I try to grip his what call it the thing he rides with?
Oh, the reins?
Yeah.
Well, it'd be awful difficult, but you can try to grab for him.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do it because he don't listen to my stuff. Yeah. What do I need to roll?
A D20?
Oh, okay. If I roll bad, I'm gonna do an inspiration on that shit. I'll roll 18, so that's fine. Plus what?
Well, let's see here. That's not quite good enough. So if you want to use your inspiration, you can.
I roll an 18 plus. What do I need to plus?
This is a very difficult task. You're talking a 25.
In what?
Say what?
In what?
It's a very difficult task. So the difficulty class.
With ability. What ability?
Your proficiency. I'm letting you use your attack proficiencies to grab it.
I have 24. I need a 19 on roll.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god. Whatever, yeah, I tried to use my inspiration.
Alright.
19. I don't touch.
Alright. You gotta hold the reins. Now give me a dexterity check.
Fuck!
You're leaning over out of the saddle.
20!
Alright, you're still in the saddle. And the horse is pulling one way. Your horse is kind of pulling the other, but slowly tracking so you don't fall out. You got your body weight still centered into the saddle enough, and you're putting a lot of pressure on the arm.
As he grabs the reins, I quickly pull out my little dagger and cut the rein, and use my bare hands to handle the horse.
All right, it's the same difficulty factor for you. Roll a d20.
Okay.
And it's a 25.
Okay. Right. So it's my dex plus my thingy. Cool. Right. So I got a 25 exactly on the nose.
Okay.
Wow.
You cut the reins.
Okay. And then I use my bare hands to grab onto its mane and trot away in the direction that we need to go.
All right. You're galloping off towards the mountains. There's one part of the party going off towards the mountains.
I don't know. I think that if O's going to see Shen coming back, he's definitely going to try to cast command. I don't know if that's going to work on her.
What's the range?
The range for command is 60 feet.
60 feet.
I'm nowhere 60 feet near you.
She's probably a little bit too far for you.
Okay. But is she going back? Is she going now? Oh, like what on the? Is she going on the road, David, or where are you going?
I'm going to where we are, where we need to be going. She's like trotting in the direction where we was told to go by the guild master. So she like grabs onto the hair of the horse and then trots like 60 feet or something. Trots in that direction that we are supposed to be heading.
But that's where Og is with the two halflings.
No, she's got the horse. When she got control of the horse, she turned it and is going the opposite direction.
Yeah, Og went out to pick up the halfling deeds, and went further out to wait this thing out, but then he sees Shan coming back at him.
Yeah,
but anyway, it's not going to help if she doesn't want to do it. I think it's only a one-turn thing, so it's not going to stop her. It's fine.
Okay. But she actually, to get the picture straight, she was turning, the horse was turning around because it was under control. It wanted to go back to town, back to the barn. She got it under control and then spun it the other way after her and Store had their situation. And then she spurred it on going back towards the mountain and away from Deeds and you and like that. That's what I'm trying to get clarified up.
Right. I thought that I said that when I pick up Deeds, I head out a bit, but that's fine. Doesn't matter.
No, I know you were heading out towards them, so. But all right, Cajun, you've been left out of this.
It's all right. So what are these people doing? Like,
they're backing away from you. They got the horse. The nobles has been pontificating and kind of yelling at you, but there's no real threat. Nobody's got the guards in there. Nobody's pulled any weapons on you. They're slowly backing away because they're intimidated by what actions that you did.
Right. Well, I don't understand that they're intimidated. As in, Cajun doesn't understand that. He just doesn't. He doesn't get it. What he's going to do, he's going to look around. He's obviously not got a horse anymore, and he realizes that the other party members went to the stable down there. So, seeing that there's no way that he can ever reach the rest of his party without being on horseback, he's going to make his way to the stable and see if he can strike a deal with them.
And they'll strike a deal with you for 2 coppers.
2 coppers?
Sure. Wow. You guys got chipped.
And this stable master, he was watching what was going on as you're bringing the horse on back through. One, due to the fact that you're bringing the horse back, he kind of liked, and the other is he just was scared of you.
Sure, okay. 2 copper it is. I will grab that and sort of make friends with it for a round and let the other guys resolve what the hell's going on out there.
Okay. This is definitely not going like I planned.
No kidding.
I think we can start heading out of the city now.
Oh, man. So anyways, you got Zan riding off towards the direction that needs to be. Not at a full gallop, but at a gallop, a canter. You got Store probably wondering WTF.
Yeah. I don't turn around with the reins.
Yeah.
And run to the nobles.
And what with them?
I'm riding to the nobles.
He's going to take the reins that were cut off and present it to the nobles.
All right. The nobles take it. They're just...
And I'm going to describe her to the thief and say, deal with her when she come home and you should charge 2 gold per day. Boom.
They're backing away from you because they're seeing this big old human on top of a horse charging on down, not at a full charge, but charging down to give up a couple straps of leather back to him in this owl bear cape and fox hat. So they just had the sight of their life with this human walking on down and his features kind of being marshmallowy, changing into similar horse features to a degree, and they've never seen magics like that. So they're kind of put off by that. So right now you got a real easy intimidate coming in like that.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I keep the horse and you get 5 covers. And I'm gonna throw 1 gold. I'm gonna throw 1 gold. And say I keep the horse.
And all right, and you ride off back towards there. As you're riding on off, the nobles are hollering, "That horse is worth 1,000 more than what you paid."
I'm gonna turn around.
Oh man.
I'm gonna ride up to him and say, "What?"
And they'll mumble and say, "Oh, well, it's all right. It's all right. It's good. It's all right."
Do you have the paper on the horse on you?
No.
Og will shout to Store. Store, we need to get going.
Okay. I'm gonna put my hand out, say, "This is the deal," to the noble. 1 gold for your horse.
And they take it.
Okay. And I'm gonna ride. And I'm gonna ride up to Oak and say, "I just bought a horse for 1 gold."
Og's just gonna shake his head and just keep riding more. But he will come up to Cajun and say, "Will you do you mind sharing your horse with this halfling?" And he'll kind of, I don't know, grab the neck of Deed's shirt. I think he's safer with your ability with animals.
So,
And with Store.
Yeah. And Deeds will notice that indeed the horse that Cajun has is a good deal calmer than the havoc that is ensuing over there, and probably will feel a little bit more safe, especially because Cajun seems to be a very calm, collected person. If a little strange, but he's still very calm and collected.
All right. So after all this rigmarole, it's the 5 of you, minus 1 since there's 6 here, are all gathered together in the distance, but not too far in the distance. You see your female compatriot galloping towards the mountains. Let's see here. This all started right about here. Let me share this. I thought I clicked that, but I didn't. I got to re-clarify that, even to my own mind. This all started right about here.
Yeah.
And about where you get met up to where it looks like you can catch Zan, will be right here. Okay?
Yeah.
And that's taken you approximately 10, we'll say about 15 miles to get into that distance.
Wow.
Let's see.
That's a few hours ride, right?
Yep.
Oh my God, woman's.
Stop sharing. That's what I was looking for. All right. So there you go. You see Zan about we'll say 60 yards up in front of the five of you. Take it over, guys.
On the way up there, I talked to the halfling that fall off. I told you need to be tied up. I told you that. It's your own fault. And then I read and said to fuck, man. Now you deal with that chick. I don't want to deal with her anymore. Jeez.
Deeds is going to say, you told me you could go ahead and ride a horse. You said you were good at it. You said you knew how to do it all. You said you could control these beasts. Look at you. You're supposed to. You said.
I have told my fist into your face also.
All right. And Cajun, that's what you hear from your little halfling that's riding with you, I take it, at this time.
So he's saying, I told, like, you... Because I didn't say anything about...
No, he was saying at the store, because store was saying, I told you. You
so he's calling out from horse to horse.
Yeah.
So what sort of time is it? Is the sun still up in the air, or is it like slowly descending?
Well, it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours, if it's depending on, like, if you're going at a decent speed, like 15 miles on horseback.
It's gotten around 5 o'clock in the afternoon by the time you guys all get caught up.
Whoa, that's like walking speed. Okay, sure.
As soon as like it gets dark, like as soon as the sun starts to like come down, like Shan's eyes sort of like go like sort of real, like pure black, like open, like completely like opening up, because like they were like very tiny little black dots when the sun was up and about, and now like they're full on black eyes sort of thing, and she sniffs, like looks up into the sky and just waits for the moon to come up.
I think at that point maybe Og sees Shan in the distance and he points it out to the rest of the party, and then when he rides up to her, he kind of circles her horse with his horse, coming up, head to head with the horses, and he asks her, "Are we going to have a problem completing this mission?"
Darkness is coming soon, my friend. The darkness is my friend. She'll awaken me, and the moon shall awaken me.
Og will say, "Darkness is my friend as well, but not a dark heart."
It is true that I have a dark heart, but I hope to make it even darker soon, my friend.
Whoa.
Ooh, make it
Does anyone else hear that? Or are you guys separated from us?
Yes.
Okay, so Cajun does not hear that. That's probably good if he does not hear that.
Sorry, I missed the name of who exactly is going to make it darker. Is that a dark god of some sort? Or...
You do not know of the dark gods, my friend. There are many gods that you do not know of.
No, sorry.
Maybe one day I'll tell you of these gods. But for now, darkness is coming and the moon is shining. And soon I shall be awakened.
Oak's going to look into that. Oak's going to look into that with. Is something starting? Is it already set in motion that I could detect, or is it kind of just coming up?
It's like her dark vision is. In other words, like she's like in tune to the darkness. In other words, like because it was sunny all day, it's like she's like coming in tune with the darkness because it's like her dark vision is like slowly kicking in and feels more comfortable in darkness. If you catch my drift.
Well, at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, it's not dark.
But it's slowly getting there.
It's not as bright as midday and as it has been, but it's really not dark per se.
No, but it's like slowly getting sunset, and that's what she's waiting for.
All right.
Okay, Oak's gonna just keep an eye on that. The ring of it doesn't sound right to him, but he understands that it could be a personality thing, so he's just gonna keep an eye on Shan. And what are we doing? Are we camping? Are we pushing on?
This is your call. You are the leader, no doubt. No doubt the guild master gives you instructions to lead us, I guess, in it. So lead the way, mighty one.
I'd say the leader is Store, the one you just fought over.
Oh, you mean
over a horse?
Oh, you mean Mr. Steamy Pants over Mr. Chargy Pants over there?
Unfortunately,
I'm gonna ride after her. Are you still riding, or are we stand still?
We are sort of riding and talking, I guess.
I'm gonna say, you mind we trade horse about a bit, because I just bought it, the horse you have, so you should get mine.
Money doesn't matter to me.
Okay,
Money is
so
only
that's true.
Money is only for those who wish to use it to get what they think. Doesn't matter anyway. Money has no meaning to me. It is worthless in this world.
So let's trade, and I forgive you for you don't listen to me, and we trade horse.
I should keep my horse. It is my horse. You keep yours.
No, it's not your horse.
Yes, it is.
No.
It is mine. Be gone with you, human. And she just keeps on trotting forward.
Oak's going to try to get Store to settle down before we launch another one like that. And he's gonna put a hand on. He's just gonna put a hand on his shoulder and say, "We have bigger things to worry about right now."
Yeah, but I think if we're going to battle and I need to leave one, I don't mind to leave it. Just saying.
Let's hope we don't get there. I think.
Yeah, I'll just say it. I'm fucking tired of it.
So, Cajun will look around, seeing that it's late afternoon, realizing that in the next couple of hours we'll need to find a place to make camp, and so he'll be keeping his eye open for a good place.
All right, Cajun, give me a perception check.
Sure.
Let me know in the dark as well. That'd be awesome.
Perception +3. So that's what, 15? 12 plus, yeah.
Okay. You notice some shadows off in the tree line.
Some shadows.
Yep. Moving about.
Okay. So all right. So we're on a road, and off to the side there's trees, and I see shadows moving. Correct?
Yep.
All right. So Cajun will call out and to the others, well, not like shout, but he will just sort of say, "I think I saw something move in those trees.
Ah, it is the creatures
We
of
should
the
be
night.
cautious."
It is the creatures of the night. They have come. Like I said.
Okay. Cajun did that. Zan did that. What about Store and Ode?
I was going to look into the tree line, see if he sees anything.
Okay. You'll see, since they were pointed on out, the aspect was pointed on out. You'll go ahead and you'll catch some shadows from time to time. It looks like moving around that aren't natural shadows. Let's put it that way.
What do I get a shape, a size, like humanoid?
Hey, give me a perception check on that piece.
Okay, I have
It's
22.
okay. Now I was going to tell you with advantage, but I'm not going to worry about it now. You'll get that they're about humanoid size and fairly broad across for what you could tell.
Do I see what they're up to, what their intentions are, or they're?
It just seems like they're moving about. You can't at this juncture. You can't necessarily tell. They haven't really shown themselves. You're just seeing their shadows moving about along the tree line. Looks like they're moving in the same general direction that your party is.
Right. I loosen the sword, my sword in the scabbard. I make sure that the shield is handy, and I kind of nod at Thor and at Cajun. And is Shan there? Did we catch up with her again after the trot, or?
Yeah, I guess
I
it's.
still want everyone to come together so we can speak without shouting.
My assumption at this point, and I may be wrong, but I believe that you are all together.
Yeah, we're all together. So,
And
like, I
with
sort of look
that, hold on, Shan. Get Store in here because I don't know what he's doing on this updating on the scenario.
I'm cruising at our fucking girl in our party. I doesn't like her. She doesn't listen to me, and that is bad. Listen to Store. He's wise.
All right. Now, Zan, what were
I guess in like I look over to the forest. I have 120 feet super dark vision. I see in grey and I see in grey. So what do I see?
give me a perception check.
Okay. Right. Can I do like if it's like a humanoid? Is it like a creature humanoid, or is it just a humanoid?
It's just a humanoid. Nobody's actually seen its figure yet. They've just seen shadows.
Okay. So I can see into shadows. How close is it? Like, is it out of my reach of? Is it out of my vision of 120 feet dark vision?
No, it's not out of your vision of 120 feet. It's probably about 75 feet, but at the same token, you're not able to use your dark vision because it's not dark yet.
Ah. or is it like sort of like is it like a orangey sort of sky sort of
It's it's what a standard European 5 o'clock sky has been here lately.
Okay. All right, now trying to perceive.
I'm letting you do a standard perceive without disadvantage because it's cloudy enough with it. But or
I got a 22 on perceiving what this.
Okay, you can see the same shadows that Org has seen and that Cajun has seen.
Okay.
As far as that, you can tell the size and the basic area, and that they seem to be moving alongside in the tree line.
Is its movement like when it moves? Is it a movement of elvish sort of stature, like? Because would it be like a sort of woodish elf sort of?
You can't tell that. Oh gosh.
Not that you would know.
I think Og's going to turn to Azzy and ask him. You folk are known to be quite handy in the woods. You mind taking a few steps in the tall grass here and tell us what you see?
As he's going to look up at you and like, are you crazy? Do you see me carrying weapons? I'm a merchant.
Cajun will sort of say.
That's why you're hired here, to protect me.
Cajun will say, I'll go. I'll go. You protect them. You protect the merchants. These fine halfling folk. I'll go, and if anything happens, I'll be right close by. It'll be fine. Just let's keep calm.
I will assist you, my good druid friend. And she follows him.
All right. So what's going to be the game plan?
Well, I'm just going to boldly go and investigate what these ships are.
Well,
because
you would definitely go and investigate.
No. You can do whatever you want. Cajun is going to do it his own way because it's him. So he's very curious about what these shapes could be. So he's just going to walk. And he's not going to call out. He's just going to walk and see what he can see. He's not going to stomp. I will roll a stealth check, but
okay, that's where I was going to ask. Is you going to try to be stealthy or just
he's not.
Just normal?
He's trying not to be crazy.
Are you still on horse or are you down?
No. I've left the horse with you. I got a 10, so
okay.
Just average.
Very stealthy for a giant.
I got a 15 for stealth.
Okay.
Come off the horse at that point just to be closer to them, closer in case something happens.
Okay. And you, Zan and Cajun, you think that you're being plenty quiet? You think that you're being plenty quiet? Zan, would your perceived score? Cajun, would your perceived score? You think that you're moving around all right? You'll get to where you're about 15 feet from the tree line itself, from where you started, which would be a double move, and give me perception checks.
Okay. Oh yeah, snap! There you go. That is a maximum of a 26.
Okay. What was it, Cajun?
I got 13. Half of his score.
All right.
And I got
And
max. I did a crit. Yay.
you don't really see much more than shadows, Cajun. And as Zan, when you go ahead and you got up there and you started looking, what you saw was a humanoid, big burly thing, and then you saw this javelin coming towards you.
Mm.
Hey, at least you see the javelin.
As far as that, and let's see here, do they get a plus on their throw on the javelin? Yeah, okay. So does an 18 hit you?
Who's it hitting, me or the other druid?
No, you.
Yes, it hits
Because
me.
you. Oh, okay. And let's see here. And what's the average damage they say on that? Take 9 points of damage.
9.
Yep.
No.
I think that's what they said. Yep. 9 points of damage.
Okay, ouch.
As far as that. And let's see here. And does a 14 hit you, Cajun?
Yeah, it does. Oh, hang on. No, it doesn't.
Okay. Then you have then you have a javelin that comes towards you from the wood line and sinks right there next to your feet to the right of you.
Mm-hmm.
And Org and Store, you see these javelins come out of the wood line. You see Zan get hit, and you see Cajun almost get hit.
Yeah, Og's running there at that point.
Okay.
How far out are they?
The wood line is 75 feet away. They did a double move to get them within 15 feet of the wood line. So you're still a full dash,
But we were still.
would put you at them.
So we would have had to have moved slower. So if he's not stealthing, then
Yeah, that's true. I wasn't taking. So at half that movement, they're 30 feet in front of you.
So can I still take an action when I get there?
Yeah, I'll allow you to have the action when you get there.
How bad does Shan look?
She looks pretty wounded.
Okay.
And Store, what are you doing? I'm not dropping your action, Org. It's just while you're doing that, and see what Store's doing.
No problem.
Probably. Do you see where the Germans come from?
Yeah, they came from the tree line.
No, she's very heavily wounded. In a way, she's like that sort of thing.
I'm gonna go totally wild and ride into the tree line with her fucking horse and say, "Here I come again to save your life one more time."
Hold on here. Now let me see something.
Save the newbies is the day recipe.
Where is that?
Yeah. Gonna ride into the tree line with the horse and jump off the horse.
Okay, hold on a moment. That must be, where that's at, must be in the DMG. All right. Yeah. Okay. The heck with it. I was looking for something on the horses and not finding the stats quick enough for me. I'll go with this. All right. You get into the just inside the tree line where you think they're going. That would be the charge for the horse, and you'll be able to get off the horse, but that's going to eat up your action.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, I'm just sometimes I got to do it just to check myself before I break myself.
Yeah, that's fine.
As far as that, so let's roll a niche. Put your niche over into the chat bar. And I'll get this. Okay. All right. I think we lost Amit.
Yeah, it looked like that.
All right, we'll hold some spot in there. All right, I'll let XAN go first since the monsters and XAN had tied for Nish.
Wow. So she sort of like her pupils dilate to like a very dark black color, and like her hands start to move in a circle sort of formation, and like and also from her hands comes like a mystical sort of cloud in her hands, and like she casts fog cloud, like it's sort of like she says, and she speaks in a sort of Druish elvish sort of tongue, and says, and like a foggy cloud comes round her body, and she creates a fog round herself, a mystical fog round her body.
Yep, it takes time for that to happen.
Yep, it's only one action.
Yeah, but it still takes that fog builds up.
Yeah.
From the way the spell's written.
Yep.
As far as that. Yep. Okay, and then they will. Well, he charged on in, so the one will. Amit, what was your Inish?
Checking that now.
Okay.
20,
Yours was a 20?
23.
20. Oh, okay. So you go. Before I let the bugbears take their action, you go ahead.
Now you know what it is.
That's right.
So first of all, is did I get that action and then the initiative starts or not?
Get what action? Now I'm
When
lost.
I arrive, I just missed that part because my computer crashed. Sorry. When
Well, that's all right.
I arrived at Shan and she's injured, I was going to heal her. Is that my first action? Do I start?
Yes, that's your first action.
So the move and the heal are the first action.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what I do. I use lay on hands and I heal 9 HP.
Oh, I'm back to full health. Thank you. I guess as you sort of like, what parts have you touched? My back or my front?
Well, what part is the big javelin sticking out of?
I guess it's probably sticking out of my sort of like in my sort of like shoulder sort of blade. I'm guessing.
Right. So he'll kind of, if she's lying on the ground. Well, I guess she's not lying on the ground. I guess he's just going to put his hands there, and the breeze is going to blow, and there's going to be a whisper in the wind, and he just takes away the javelin. He takes it out, and you don't feel anything. So.
Alright, as you come closer, you realise on my back there's a big giant spiderweb tattoo on my back. There you go.
Okay.
All right. That's what you're doing, right? Emmett?
Yes.
Okay. So good to go there. Then it's Bugbear's turn. And so now they have 1, 2, 3. They got all 4. So Exxon would be 1. Org would be 2. Store 3 and Cajun 4. Let's see here on the first one. Will be 1. Well, whoever that I said that was will get attacked by 1, and 4 will get attacked by the other one. So, okay, that will be a 16. Does that hit armor class? Whoever I said number 1 was.
Who's number 1?
I think that was Exxon.
No, I was 4.
What? Oh, and 4. I believe I missed you on that because it was only a 9, so it was a wider miss on that. But Dave, does a 16 hit your armor class?
Me again? Yes.
Wait, can I get in there with protection and make it a disadvantage throw? Or I have the reaction of protecting someone 5 feet from me.
It's okay. Then yeah, if you're going to use your reaction for that, because that can go along with the spell ability, laying hands and the move. So disadvantage and okay, 15. Does that hit you?
No, it misses.
Okay. Then
Og's shield comes up the right time.
Okay. There we go there. After that is Store. It's your turn.
Can I see any of those?
You see one of them standing there, almost where you jumped off at.
So
He's about 10 feet back from you, or in front of you.
I just don't stab him then.
Okay.
16 to hit.
A 16, you said?
Yeah.
That hits.
What kind of weapon do you have?
They have javelins, but What kind of weapon are you using?
My pipe.
Okay, that's all that matters at that point.
Okay. And yeah, thought it. Yeah, I'm gonna try to tip attack him.
Okay.
That is 16 damage.
You said 16 damage?
Yeah.
All right. And after that is Cajun. Okay.
What level fighter is he? Do 16 damage with a pike even.
He's the 3rd level fighter.
Oh, 3rd level. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Cajun will. Yeah. Same question. Can we all see these things?
You can see the. Well, you're still what? 15
Well,
foot
he
out.
threw a javelin at me, so.
Yeah, you know the direction from where it came from. You saw the shadows, but you're still outside the wood line, right?
I guess I will make my way inside the wood line.
Okay. Once you go on inside the wood line, you'll see where Store is striking at this one.
Yeah.
That seemed to be in the direction where you're at, and it'll put you within striking range.
You need to make a DC save from 14 or you fall. The guy.
All right. He's still standing.
Alright.
So as I make my way into the cover, how far away are they? Like, could I get into melee with them?
They're about 10 feet away from you as you get on in there.
So I move 15 feet to get to the tree line.
And then 15 feet inside. Would be your 30-foot move, put you within about 10 feet.
All right, so I wouldn't. So a 30-foot move gets me within 10 feet.
Yep.
I'd just then get into the tree line so that I could see them, and I would be able to tell that I wouldn't be able to get to them.
Yep.
And I would gesture to the ground with both of my hands.
Okay.
And what you see are 3 pebbles fly up from the ground into my hand.
Okay.
And as a bonus action, I'm casting Magic Stone.
Okay.
And then I'm going to throw one of the stones at one of these creatures.
Okay.
Whichever one I can see.
You'll see the one that Store was fighting.
Yep. So 17 plus 5 is 18 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
And he takes 7 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Alrighty. And he howls and he's growling, shaking off his pain a little bit. From there, we go back up to Og.
Yeah, so I think, again, what's the distance between where Shan and I are standing to... Is that, again, the same 30 feet with the tree line?
Yes.
So Og will probably do the same. He'll go to the tree line, get a look, see the targets, and then charge. I mean, it's all going to be one move mechanically, but he's.
Okay, so you're doing a charge action.
And he's gonna strike with his sword.
All right.
There is no charge action. He's just moving in and attacking.
Yeah, no, that's a description. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you have the feet.
Yeah.
And he has a 17.
That hit.
Right? The damage is it's 4.
Okay. He laughs a little bit at it.
So am I standing next to Cajun and Store now?
No, you're not. You're standing about 25 feet away.
Oh, I thought Store was striking another bugbear.
He is Store's striking another one, and Cajun's striking the same one Store was.
Right. Okay.
They're about 25 feet apart.
Okay. Thanks.
As far as that. All right. Go ahead, Zan.
Alright, Shan will concentrate on that fog that she wishes to create. So
Okay.
so she's still concentrating on the fog, and like the fog gets thicker and thicker, around her, sort of like in these woods, as she and her eyes get more diluted and even more black as the night itself. And there's a mist of tree fog coming from the grounds itself, and as it sort of like goes round her body, and she does it. Guessing, can I move through the fog?
You can move through the fog.
Yeah. The fog doesn't move with you. You have to select a place, a spot where it grows from. Can't be a moving spot.
All right.
And it only does a 20-foot radius.
Yes. I guess I'll cast it on the. I cast it in on myself. Oh, no, actually, I cast it on the actual. I cast it on the. See, Paladin is in front of me, isn't he? And he's fighting the bugbear. I will cast it. I guess I'll cast it since I can cast it on an object. Is that correct? Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to cast. That's what you're supposed to cast.
It's a point within range.
A point. All right. I will cast it on the point between the Paladin and the bugbear, like right between them. So there's like a big giant fog cloud.
And the problem is you cast that spell last action. Mm-hmm. The Paladin wasn't there between the bugbear, like they are right now.
All right.
So you casted that spell last action and on the ground in front of you.
Okay, sure.
So what are you doing now?
All right, I step into the fog and hide in it.
Okay.
So I have to roll stealth?
No.
Okay.
Because you don't have to. Right. And let's see here. And 18 for orb, does that hit?
Sure does.
Let me see here. And you're, what did I say? You were 10 feet from him?
Well, I hit him with
Because you hit him with a sword, so you're in melee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I needed to know, because it's going to be a different damage.
So how far is it? Like a 20-foot radius, this fog, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
How far does it reach? Does it reach the paladin at all, or does it just
No, you're 30 feet away from the edge of the woods.
Okay.
Ready, and they're, let's see here. Yeah, what's their melee weapon? Oh, Morning Star. Oh, that's even worse. Holy shoot. Damn.
Lovely.
No, man, you take 11 points of damage with a Morning Star.
All right. Okay.
Damn.
So did it drop the javelin, or is it dual wielding the javelins and the Morning Star?
It threw the javelin and hit the other druid with the javelin, and it.
And then drew its Morning Star.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. And Thor, he swung at you and does a 17 hit you?
Yeah.
Okay. 11 points of damage.
Yeah, sure.
And then that drops us over to Store.
Okay. I'm gonna use a bonus action to regain some of my lost selves. This same one. And I regain 12. But I cannot do that. And I'm gonna hit the guy
Okay.
I hit last time. But I'm still 10 feet away from him, right?
That is not correct.
Wow.
5 foot, because he took a 5-foot step to be able to hit you.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna use inspiration. 15.
15 will miss.
No. Yeah, I'm gonna do nothing then.
Okay. Cajun. You see the scenario where Store went to strike, missed, but prior to that got hit. Star.
Mm-hmm. I'll throw another stone.
Okay.
And that is 21 to hit.
Oh, that hit.
And that's 9 damage.
And describe to me how you kill this thing. It drops.
Right. Yeah, so the earth itself is like imbuing this pebble, and you see me throw it, and it just flies through the air. It sort of rises up above it and sort of hovers above it, and then just drops like from a great distance directly towards the earth, right into the middle of the creature's skull, completely knocking it out, making its way down to the earth, and then sinks into the earth itself and takes its place.
Okay, cool.
That's gruesome.
Now, can I ask if anyone looks hurt as well?
Yeah, you can ask it. Go ahead.
Well, have I seen anyone get hurt?
You saw Store get hit, and that's how I'm going to put that, since he used his fighter ability to regain.
Yeah. I'm totally fine. I'm smiling.
As far as
yeah,
that.
but
You may not have noticed whether or not Emmett got hit or not, but if you were looking around afterwards, you may see that he is. I think he's damaged some.
Alright, I guess I'll leave it at that for the moment then.
Oh, okay.
If someone yells out, like, you know, in pain, then I might do something next round, but for now, I'll just leave it at
Okay. But with you looking around, you see about 25 feet away from you with another bugbear. Emmett, it's up to you.
Okay, Oak's gonna go for it again. And I roll a 2, which is not great. A 7 in total. Is there anything? Do we have inspiration, or what's the story with inspiration in this game?
Did you use the inspiration I gave you from the last game?
No. So
Then you have that one.
Okay, I'll use it.
Okay.
Rolling again. 18. That's better. 18 plus 5. Is
That'll hit.
And he's going to upgrade it with what's it called? Divine Smite.
Okay.
So that's going to be 3d8 together with his sword.
Okay. Come on, supersize this thing.
Yeah, he's kind of fed up with being beaten to a pulp. So let's see.
It's a level 3 paladin as well.
So we have 14 damage altogether.
Alrighty. 14. And he screams a little bit out, and he looks somewhat bloodied, but he's still standing. Excellent. Or
you kind of see sparks go off. Whoever can see it, he sees it. The bugbear sees it. The sword kind of glows a little bit as though it was, red hot, and sparks come off it. It's not really your divine smite. It's something more strange and ancient, but he gets it.
Zan.
Okay, cool. So she, in the fog, she takes out her bow and arrow, the old classic. A bow, what's it? Have I got a weapon? I've got a dart, a javelin. Yeah, I've got a javelin on me, so I sort of like pull out the javelin, get my javelin, and I'm gonna chuck it at this bugbear from the mists. Now, would I get a sneak attack or advantage since I'm in the fog?
You're blind when you're
not. You're heavily obscured. You have a disadvantage because of the fog. But your dark vision has nothing to do with the fog.
All right.
So why don't we just say we'll call it even, and you throw it straight up?
Okay, cool. I got a 17.
That will hit.
All right. Javelin does
D6.
D6. I do 8 piercing damage to the bugbear.
Okay. Describe how you killed that bugbear.
Okay. So she was sitting in the, she was sitting in the fog, trying to conceal herself from these big, giant, furry creatures of the night, and like she pulls out her black spear. It is like the spear itself is actually sort of made from like black mahogany, sort of dark wood that she sort of got got a hold of, and like she chucks it at the. She sort of like sees an opening in the fog, that shadowy figure of the big giant bugbear, and she throws it, and it sort of like whiffles through the trees, like you hear this like sound, and it like lands right in the bugbear's sort of chest, and like as the paladin looks at the as the paladin is about to take another swing with his sword, he hears a mighty thud like in the bugbear's chest, and the bugbear falls down, and he sees the actual spear in question, the actual black, dark, gloomy spear in question.
Okay, he sees the javelin in question, but we're good with that. All right, you're out of a niche. What are you guys doing?
She walks over to the bugbear and pulls out the, yanks it out of the bugbear's chest, and then puts it on her back.
Okay.
I'm going back to the horse I buy a box and jumping
Okay.
out in there.
Well, you are one stubborn.
Say what? Or say what?
I'm not saying he didn't play, but it made me laugh. I'm probably not in the fog.
Okay, I just didn't hear you clear. I had to adjust my headphones because it's starting to hurt my ear.
Sorry.
Right.
As far as that, that's why I was asking you, Amit.
No
and okay, and we got there. And Cajun, what are you doing?
I want to check around the area where these creatures are, and what I'm checking for is to see whether they've set up camp anywhere nearby, if there's any sort of obvious tracks, and also something that I'm going to be paying attention to is to see how recently they might have come here, like and whether it might be a new arrival or whether this area is like local to them.
Give me a survival check for the on the track side of things.
All right. Well, that's pretty decent. My survival's +5.
Okay.
So that's a total of 19.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, you can tell that these tracks, the tracks are fairly fresh. The tracks that you're seeing around here, that they've been here for probably throughout sometime this day, and of course at the moment because of where you're seeing. But the line of tracks that have been following, it looks like they were following you from when they caught sight of you outside the city, staying in the tree line. You didn't notice any camp. What, Sam?
Yeah. Once I guess if I can do something else to the bugbear, if that's possible or not.
Yeah. What do you want to do to him?
Alright. If I see is like after she pulls out the spear and puts it away, she gets out her little bowl, her little wooden bowl, which is her sort of like a little wooden sort of bowl thing, and then she slight, cuts into like an artery of the bugbear and puts some blood into the actual cup.
Okay, you'll be able to get a cup full of blood. Store and ORB, what are you guys doing along with Cajun?
I'm going back to the horse I bought from the nobles.
Yeah, that's right. You did say you were riding that sucker.
Yeah, and I talked with the halfling that tried to calm them down
Okay.
by intimidation.
They don't get any calmer. They're all nerved on up, and you just make them even more so on that piece. Org.
I guess Og is rolling in the dirt, trying to get up after being hit, and he just when he does get up, pick up his whatever. Well, he didn't fall, so he's not rolling in the dirt. He's just kind of carrying himself in a weird way, looking around to where's everyone else? I mean, I Thor came back, and Cajun is looking for Dax.
And you see Stork over there with the halflings, with Deeds and Assy, and the horse that was of question of ownership, and you see Cajun looking for sign and tracks and gaining information from that. You see Exon draining blood from one of the bugbears into a cup. That's what.
Og will walk up to Cajun and with this kind of bleeding arm and ask him, "Did you find anything?"
Well, I'll just reiterate that they've been following us since we left town, and I say that possibly we should check to see whether they ever have any coin pouches on them. Perhaps they were paid to do this. Perhaps they're just, being bugbears. But perhaps sometimes they're mercenaries, and he would have seen them operate as mercenaries before, or at least heard about them doing that. They always have to be paid if they're going to be mercenaries. Sometimes they just raid, but he wants to just check to make sure that no one's out to get them as far as hiring.
All right, on the one bugbear that you were fighting, you'll see a pouch on him. You'll find 2 electrum pieces in it, and you'll find a note. And on the other bugbear, you see, I'd say Cajun would see, because it's about 25 feet over, you'll see Exon crouched over top of it, looking like possibly searching or doing something to it.
So after,
the only one of you two would know of what she was sort of doing would be Og.
Okay.
After she drains fills a cup of blood, she goes to like some of the trees and starts marking the blood on the trees, and speaks in that sort of Druish tongue, sort of saying, "Bless this creature, for he fought well in our battles. May his soul be part of this earth." And like she goes around, sort of like knocking on wood and making sure that his spirit is put at rest.
Okay, that's what Zen is doing. The rest of you,
What's
what
in
are
the
you doing?
note that I found?
What languages do you know?
Elvish, Sylvan, and Common.
Okay, you don't. It doesn't make any sense to you. You can't. You're not making it on out.
Og will show it to the others. Try to see if anyone can read it. Probably because they're closer, he will start with Shannon, with Cajun, and
Well, Cajun's right there next to you, and
right. So he will start with Cajun, and then whatever. Move on. If he can't read it.
I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to read it unless it's in, like, I know Common, Sylvan, Druidic, Elven, so...
okay. You can't make it out. What about store?
I just speak giant.
Okay. Store can't make it on out. It would be up to finally after you see Zan marking these trees and mumbling certain words. Cajun would be able to understand what she's saying because she's saying it in basically the Druidic cant. But you show it to Zan, and Zan, what languages do you speak?
Okay, so I speak Drow, which is like the secret sort of like, I guess Drow is like Elvish, isn't it?
It's you speak Undercommon.
Yes, I speak Undercommon. I speak Elvish, and I speak Deep Speech.
Deep Speech and Undercommon are the same.
Oh yes, yeah, sorry. And I speak yes, I speak Elvish.
They're not.
What
They're not the same.
They are in this
in
that
scenario.
one. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So the language as I speak the Deep Speech, like I told you, Elvish, and also Common.
Okay, so you can't make it out either, as far as that.
I'll check with the halflings. With the.
Oh yeah, and I can speak Druid as well. Druidism as well.
Yep. And Deeds can't make it on out, and actually he really can't make it out, but he's closer than the most of the rest, and he's not sure, but he thinks it may be goblin. He's seen somebody before that he knew in the past that knew how to speak it and read it, and he never picked up on it, but it looks familiar to him in that vent. So he can't really say what it is, but he believes it's goblin as far as that. So you know that much from it.
Okay. Cool.
And okay, you gonna what? Are you doing anything else to the bodies?
No, I just do the do the rites of passage for this soul. So like she, because like she was the one that killed it in the end, so she pays respects to the beast of the woods.
All right. What about the rest of you?
Cajun would not bury them, but he would, find, I don't know, like a dip in the ground or like under heavy brush or something, and at least out of where people might possibly walk. I mean, I know that we walked into the forest, but you know,
Okay.
he wants to just obscure them.
Okay. You'll find the almost like a old deadfall where there's a couple
Alright.
big rocks and some good-sized logs that are probably about 24 inches around that are over there, and you'll be able to find enough dead branches and leaves around to accomplish what you're looking to do, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, this is not an honorable burial or anything like that. I just want to conceal them from commoners that might by happenstance stumble across them and be scared. Yeah, so.
Okay. And
I'm gonna yell to them, I'm not going, or what?
Yes, it is.
and what we'll do is we're at a good point to kind of stop this for right now, because we're at that 10 o'clock mark where it was slotted for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And it's mulled on down to that point, so we'll pick this up on the next one. I'll post it as far as that, and if there's any outros that you guys want to say, you more than welcome to. Till next time, for the ones watching on the internet, since we got at least one viewer, I want to say thank you, and this continuing saga with this group will continue on, and as brave and weird as they may seem together, and some of the wild driving points will hopefully stir some more imagination and some great stories ahead.
Thank you. It was great.
Yes, the darkness shall consume all.
God. Crazy woman. Psycho!
Anything there, Matt?
No, just thank you for running.
Well, that's all right. All right, we'll talk to y'all later, and hopefully y'all had a great, at least I don't know about great time, but maybe enjoyable enough time that made it worth your time.
Yeah.
So
Great time.
till next time.